Hi, Bev again, and today I want to talk about lactate, and I want to talk about whether it's good or bad, and in particular what the myths are about it and what the truths are. So the first major myth is this. People say muscles produce lactic acid following strenuous weightlifting. No, this is not true. Lactic acid is an acid. Lactate is a base. Lactic acid is an acid because it can donate an ion. Once it does, it becomes a base and we call it lactate. And actually it's lactate that is produced by your body. It's a non-oxidative anaerobic process, and it is in the muscles. You're right about that. But it's lactate, not lactic acid. So let's talk about some of the myths. All right, and there are a lot of them floating around. The first one is, and people call it lactic acid, but it's lactate. They say it improves exercise performance. Actually, it doesn't. It does something else, and we're going to talk about that. And then here's another one. Lactate or lactic acid, if you call it the wrong thing, is an acidic waste byproduct of anaerobic exercise. Okay. The next one is that it causes muscle fatigue so that your muscles just can't contract as much. And finally, that it causes a burning sensation. And then immediately you have lower intensity. Well, let's see what the truth is. Does lactate improve exercise performance? No. Lactate is actually used for muscle fuel. And what happens is your liver recycles the lactate into glucose and uses that for the contractions, and then it puts it back into lactate, okay? So, an acidic waste byproduct. No, first of all, it's not acidic. Lactate is not acidic, so it's not a toxin, but it's a link between your aerobic and anaerobic mechanisms, okay, or metabolisms. Lactate, over here, we've got that it causes fatigue. No, actually, lactate accumulation delays fatigue. Lactic acid or lactate, causes a burning sensation, right? No. It's because it isn't the lactate that does that. It's because the glucose is broken down much faster than it can be processed by your mitochondria. So then you get this, and it is an acid. In this case, you get a lactic acid accumulation. So we have these issues: performance versus fuel, waste byproduct versus just a link between the metabolisms, and the muscle fatigue. No, really, it's an accumulation that delays fatigue. And then this issue about a burning sensation and why. No, it's for a completely different reason. So the results say what you need to do is you need to lift weight, okay? And you need to build up the mitochondria. They're your body's powerhouses for energy. And so you want to build them up so you don't have this issue. And your mitochondria, by the way, declines with age, right? So that's another reason why weightlifting is good. And also, when this happens, you get less fatigue, more stamina. Now, you might wonder why a highly fit athlete, in the Olympics or whatever, or a marathon runner, why don't they suffer from lactic acidosis, right? Too much. They have to produce the same lactate as the rest of us when they're working strenuously, right? All bodies react the same way. But the problem is not that they don't produce the same amount as us. They produce the same amount of us. But they use more for fuel. They are more efficient at using the lactate for fuel. So they don't feel this burning sensation. Why? Because they've built up a whole bunch of mitochondria. And that's what you have to do. So lactate is good. It builds up your energy powerhouses, your mitochondria, and you get more ATP energy molecules for your working cells. So lactate is not the enemy at all. It's your friend. Remember that. When you get that, you should go for that burning sensation, because then you're getting right up to this intermediate link here. And that's what you want to do to build more muscle. Anyway, Hope this has helped, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.